Triple E EDC back again with another knife sale. So this is going to be my Black Friday knife sale. It is going to be a huge knife sale. Now I'm going to have some giveaways going along with this knife sale. I will explain in just a few moments how that's going to work. But first, let's go ahead and talk about some rules on the knife sale. So as always, my patrons get first crack at this, but I am going to be putting up a list of the knives this time early for everyone else, but I will only sell to the patrons for the first 24 hours. And then after that, I'll go ahead and sell to everyone else. But the reason I'm doing that way is because if I don't post a list, people won't know what's coming, and they may blow their Black Friday budget before they see what's going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and post everything for everyone to see, but I will only actually sell during the first 24 hours to my Patreon patrons. And if you want to join my Patreon down below, you can go ahead and check the link. If you're seeing this video, you also will, by joining the Patreon, get discounts associated with the knife sales. So the tier 1, the single E level, you get a 5%, double E you get a 10%, and triple E, I believe you get a 15% discount on the knife sales. Now, some of these knives end up being quite a bit of money, and as a result, the savings usually outpace what you're going to spend on your pledges. So definitely something to keep in mind. I'm not going to go through and say it a million times like I have in the past, because I think you guys don't necessarily want to hear it. But I am sort of always surprised when somebody could save $50 on a knife by spending 5 or 10 and doesn't do that. In any event, let me go ahead and let you guys know there's going to be a lot of really, really nice prices on this sale. I've tried to discount things as much as possible because it is Black Friday, and because I'm going to be competing against some Black Friday sales. As always, everything is going to be or best offer. So you're welcome to give me offers, but the first full offer that I receive, full price offer, gets they automatically get the knife. If you have a full price offer, you get the knife. So if someone comes in behind you and with another full price offer, it still goes to the first person with the first full price offer. If you give me a less than full price offer and someone else comes with a full price offer, they get priority. So if you really want a knife, make a full price offer. They're already priced to sell, and again, you can get that Patreon discount. So let me go ahead and let you guys know the way to claim a knife. Do not leave comments to claim knives. Please email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. That's triple.e.edc@gmail.com. So that is the best way to reach me. All right, let's go ahead and go through some of these sales. Now, there's a lot of knives to get through, a lot of knives to get through. I'm going to pull some of these off, and we're going to go through them one at a time. So I'm not going to go through them as in-depth as I have in the past in other videos, in other knife sale videos, because we have so many to get through. So let's go ahead and do the first one here. By the way, I apologize for the lighting because I am in my office today. So you got that harsh fluorescent lighting, but it is what it is. So first up, we have the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Let me see if I can find where I put it. Here we go. Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This is the Wharncliffe version. I do have the original scales. This has seen very, very little use, but it has seen use. And you can see sort of the condition that it's in. This is S30V steel. It's got RGT, Rips Garage Tech, titanium scales, and a Lynch clip. So these scales by themselves are $150, and a lot of the PM2 Wharncliffe versions are going, somewhere between, I don't know, 160 and 200 on the secondary. So I'm going to offer these, and the Lynch clips, of course, are $20-something. I'm going to offer this at $295 for the set on this PM2. So $295 for the set on that, and we'll go to the next one. Spyderco Indora is the next one. I have two Enduras for you. The first one is right here. It is a Damascus all-tie. This is never been carried, sort of just sat in my knife case. But this is a VG10 core, I believe, in this Damascus, and I don't see any snail trails or anything because it hasn't seen any carry. So this is this knife is $233 new, usually retail. I'm listing this for $185. And these are not being made really anymore. I don't think. I'm pretty sure they're discontinued and hard to find. So if you want this, this is the place to get it. $185 for this. Again, email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next up, we have another Endura. This one is a little bit of a user, but is excellent nonetheless. This is a K390 Endura. It does have some marks from a previous owner who got a little happy with the Dremel tool. But you can see on there it's K390, and you can see the use that's been on it. Need to wipe the blade down. These have micarta Cuscadi scales and a backspacer as well. And this has a Lynch clip also. You can see there's a little bit of wear on the clip as well. But this is very, very nice. Still got a ton of life left in it. And this is going to be $130. I believe the K390 Enduras are like $135 or something. This basically gets you a K390 Endura plus the scales without having to wait, for overseas stuff. And you also get the Lynch clip and everything as well in the same package. Because this is a user, open to offers on this also, like I said. So next up, we have the Urban EDC Supply F55. This is the Segaiha pattern. This is a very cool knife, just a little bit small for me, but probably is perfect size for a lot of people. But this has a really nice belt satin finish. The Segaiha pattern is beautiful, and this really feels nice in hand ergonomically. This is a very, very popular knife, and the Segaiha pattern is a very, very popular pattern. These were 300 new when they came out, and they sold out, I believe, very quickly on the pre-order, and they have not been back. I am going to be asking 300 for this just because I think the Segaiha pattern ones are a little bit more in demand and harder to get, I do think this will be snatched up quickly. But if you want to send an offer or anything, obviously it's Black Friday. Let's make a deal. All right, now let's get into some of the more of the discounted stuff. So we have a couple of bug outs here. We have this one. We have, where's the other bug outs? I got too many knives around me, guys. I think I'm losing the other. Oh, here's the other bug out. Okay, fine. We got these three bug outs here, and they are all for sale. So this is M4 and G10. This is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. This has not been carried. This has just been sitting in my case. I got it, just to get some comparisons on the G10 scales versus the CF versus the aluminum. So that's that. This one has been carried. The S9DV has been carried a little bit as a first production, but not a ton, because I do have another bug out that I use a lot more than that one. This one also first production. I've carried it, just a little bit just to get used to the scales, and make sure I can give a good review on it. This is, I can't remember if I used the blade or not, but it is DLC, so you shouldn't have an issue with that. This is M390 on this one. I don't believe there's any scratches on the scales as far as I saw, but you can go ahead and take a look real quick, see what you guys think. And let me go ahead and do pricing. So these are, this is $170 for this one. These are normally $208. This is $200 for this one. These are normally $255, and this one is $190, and they're normally $234. So, you know, I think these are pretty decent deals on these, and of course, you have those Patreon discounts, guys. Go ahead and use them. Next up is the Microtech Combat Troodon, however you say it. Microtech CT. And this is the Hellhound blade. This is all DLC. As you can see, there's a little bit of snail trail on it, but it's not too bad. And, you know, it's DLC. You should be okay. You can see the snail trail here. You can see the snail trail here. Totally fine. This is the Signature Series Hellhound blade. These are generally like $745 new. The action on these is really, really good. I always wanted a Hellhound blade. I have like 3 CTs right now, so I've got to get rid of one of them. And this one is the one that I'm going to let go. So normally, like I said, these are $745 new on retail, and this is going to be $595 is the price on this one. $595. And that's Signature Series. Next up is the Maxace Babylon. So the Maxace Babylon is it's the one Lefty EDC turned me on to, and he, you know, he compared it to the Sumo, the Hoback Sumo. I went ahead and did a review comparing the Sumo to the Maxace Babylon. I actually really like the Maxace Babylon. I kind of even like it a little bit better than the Sumo, even though the Sumo is better quality. There's just so many ways to open this, just like the Sumo. You've got your Spidey flick, you've got your thumb rollouts here, you've got your thumb studs, you've got the kickback on the thumb studs with the flip, you've got the button here, and this is really, really nice action. It's a button lock with ball bearing pivots. So I believe this is M390, if I remember correctly. Let me go ahead and see if it says. Yeah, it's M390 and titanium. And these are $250 new. They are not available anymore as far as I can tell. I'm not sure if that's because they are discontinued or because they're just out of them. But you can't really go out and buy one right now as far as I could tell online. The price on this one is going to be $225. Next up, you know what? I'll do $215 on this, guys. Go ahead and adjust the price real quick on that. All right, next up, we got the Brown Knives LHCX. This is a really, really nice knife, super smooth. Brown Knives is, you know, he's the guy that did the servo and the Cortex. This is a full tie one. It's just really, really nice action on this thing. Beautiful, beautiful knife. There is a little bit, you know, another guy that it came to me with a little bit of a blemish on it because of the fact that it's that I think they were trying to get the pivot out or something. Honestly, guys, it really isn't. You can see it here on this, but when you're carrying it around in normal light, you don't notice that at all. It doesn't show up. But I'm letting you guys know it's there because I want you to know it's there. But again, this is full tie. It's a frame lock, and it has a really, really nice thin edge. You know, that it gets down to. I actually really love the knife. You know, just got too many of them. So not too many of this model, but too many knives in general. So got to get rid of some. So this is $650 retail, and I'm selling this one for $495, $495 on this sale. Next up, we have the Nightwatch Knives Ajax. So this knife is a fixed blade. This is on my last knife sale. Here's the sheath on it, and beautiful knife, beautiful knife. This has seen some very light use. There is an issue with the grind. You can see right here where it doesn't come to the same, you know, the detail on this side. This side has more detail than this side because I think it just got hit with a grinder a tiny bit there, as you can see, when the knife was being made. But I believe these are all hand ground, so that's kind of why that you'll see that there. But other than that, this knife is really, really a beautiful knife. Really beautiful knife, really nice in hand, and I have size large gloved hands. Really, really nice in hand. I'm surprised this didn't sell last time. These are 400 new. I think I had advertised it last time for $375, possibly. I'm going to be listing this now for $325 on this one, so don't sleep on that. Next up, we have the, and this is a designer who has some health issues, and a knife that is sort of out of production. This is the FOBOS Knives Legion. This is a, I guess I would call it a user. As you can see, the sheath is seen some wear on here, and there's also the tip. It got tipped a little bit. Now this is a Bark River version of the knife, which means you can send this into Bark River and they'll completely, resharpen and regrind it so that it has a perfect tip as part of their warranty. So it's not a huge deal, but I wanted you guys to be aware of it. I really love my Tier 1 Mini. It's one of my favorites. Prepared Mind 101 had a long video about this knife, and he really liked this knife. It really is a very nice outdoor knife. I'm sorry to see Eric Hansen going through some health issues, but I think as a result of that, we are probably not going to see any more of these for the foreseeable future. So if you want one of these, they're very hard to come by right now, and I don't know what they went for originally, but they go for sort of prices all over the place. I'm going to be asking $300 for this one, and we'll go from there. So again, this is CPM 154 and $300 for this knife. Next up, we have, and by the way, guys, I'm going to get to the giveaway in a little bit. I do want to let you guys know how that's going to work, but I will get to the giveaway in just a moment. Actually not just a moment, but when I'm getting towards the end of the knives. So this is the ADV Alpha, very cool knife. This is titanium, has some snail trails, as you can see right here, because it has been carried. It's been carried, it's been used, but snail trails are hard to see unless you're in certain lights. It has sort of an acid wash here with a satin finish there. I think it turns into a very cool look. The action on this is absolute drop shot, and the lockup is absolutely rock solid. It's very, very cool knife, and the concept he has over here really does the Spidey flick very well. Also, it is a button lock, so it's very, very fidgety as well, and the ergonomics on here are very, very good. That's one of the things he's known for. So this was a $460 knife new, $460 new. I'm going to be asking $360 for it now. Next up, we have the Hinderer Full Tie half track. So we've got a half track here. This is the half track Warnie from USA Made Blade, and it is a full tie version of it. This is a very, very popular knife, and the full tie ones are hard to get. So this is sort of your chance to own one of those. The retail price on these is $585. I really believe I could get $585 if I put this up because they are pretty popular, but I'm going to be asking $525 for Black Friday, and hopefully someone's going to want to strike a deal and get a good deal out of it. So these are 20 CV, as you can see in the steel. Ball bearings in here as well. The blade's a little light, that's why you're not seeing it drop like that, but really smooth action and really nice in hand, this thing. The half-track Warnie is a very cool knife. All right. Next up, we have another popular one, the Quiet Carry Drift. This is the knurled stonewashed version. I believe this is the most popular version of it. but this has seen a little bit of carry, not a ton, some use. These are 300 new, and they sell out immediately whenever they go on sale. So because they are so popular, I am going to be asking 300 for it, but I'm sure it's going to get claimed right away. So 300 for the drift, and that's what we're going to do on that one. Next up, we've got the PDW Invictus Bellasong. So this is a Balisong with a titanium clip. I had one of the mini ones before on my channel here, and this is the Invictus. It's basically the Invictus blade on a Balisong. You can see there it had might have had a little bit of rub or something or schmutz on it from rub, but you can see it doesn't really get too much of that on the blade. The blade hasn't seen any use as far as I can tell. Maybe I cut one thing with it. I will say though that there is, for you flippers out there, there is a little bit of play here, so just be aware of that. And it does have a clip, so and the size of it is not like the best for flipping, but it is a really cool knife, and it's also a Balisong that ends up being something that you can carry EDC. A lot of Balisongs are harder to carry EDC. This one's really easy to carry EDC, so very nice in that regard. And it's PDW, M390 PDW stuff sells out right away usually, so I do expect this to go pretty quickly. I believe these were 285 new or something like that, or 275 new. I'm going to be selling this for 225. So 225 on that. Again, if you want any of these knives, email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next up, we have the Cherbukov Bear. So this is a knife that's been on Therapeutic Edge's channel. It's been on Kyle Lanfear's channel. I actually bought it from Kyle Lanfear. That's Red Wolf EDC. And it's S60V is the steel. S60V. Very uncommon seal. It actually is S60V. It's not a mistake. This has a really, really nice action. It is a huge knife. A huge knife. If you want to see how big it is, whoops. Got caught up on the detent there, but it's a huge knife. Let's go ahead and just put it up against the PM2, right? Yeah, it's a huge knife. So if you like big knives, this one is one for you. According to Kyle, this was originally, I believe, a custom, and I think he said he paid like 900 plus for it. I think he sold it on his last video for like 600. I'd like to get around that out of it, so I'm going to list it at $595, and again, I take offers on stuff, but it's a really good price on what amounts to a custom. I believe it is a custom, in S60V, a really rare steel, and just really smooth action, huge blade, very, very cool knife. So that's that one. Next up, we have the Maxace Goliath and Maxace, these are two Maxaces. Maxace Goliath and Maxace, the Midnight Cat Studios Sandstorm. So this is a flipper, really, really big knife, and this is also a really, really big knife. This one is an integral, so you can see it's an integral here, which is really cool. They are both very large knives, and they are both, I believe, super steels. This is M390. This one is, I believe, also M390. You guys can email me for the steel if it's a sticking point for you, but I believe this one is M390. I can double check for you guys. These are absolutely drop shot here. You get past the detent. There you go. Drop shot. This one's not as drop shot, sorry. The other one, this one's drop shot, but it has like an extra, it has like 2 detents you have to get past. So like one, and that's like a second detent, but once you get past there, boom, right? But it's really, really smooth, really fills up the hand. Great ergonomics, huge knife, huge blade. You know, again, there's your PM2, right? So between any of those large knives, if you're a large knife guy, I've got 3 really good ones here for you. Oh, I need to give you prices on these. So the Goliath is Goliath 2.0 is $280 retail. This is going for $200 in today's sale. This is $359 retail, and I'm listing it for $275. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one, which is the SOG Pentagon Dagger OTF. And this is in excellent condition. These are $350 new. I'm going to go tell you right off the bat because I need to start moving on this video. It's getting pretty long. It's got a little bit of use, but not a ton. Yeah, this is a little bit of wear, I guess, from the blade going in and out on the track. But really, really fun OTF. Very cool deployment, and it is true. These are very, very solid. Not quite as solid as my Hawk Deadlock, but very, very solid nonetheless. Much more solid than like a lot of than Microtechs and Benchmades and things like that. This is a very impressive knife. These are $350 new. This one's $250 in the knife sale here today. And in case you're curious, this is a metal body. It looks like it's G10, but it is a metal body. It may be, yeah, I feel it's definitely a metal body. I've just been feeling to make sure. All right, let me go ahead and do the next one, which is an MBK Turbo. This one is another one from last time. This one I have no idea why I didn't sell the last time. These are sold out. These are hard to get. This is Monterey Bay Knives. Everyone goes ape for Monterey Bay Knives. Very, very, you know, nice construction, just like all the Monterey Bay Knives. There you go, Monterey Bay Knives. This is a carry design, and it's really nice in hand, all DLC. Very cool knife. This one is going to be going, I think these are $230 retail. This is going for $185 with a little bit of a price drop in the knife sale for today. Next up, we have the Jagerblades Baron Custom. So, excuse me, this is a custom. This is in 10V. Again, Jagerblades. So this is a user, as you can see. You know, I've used this quite a bit, but there's darkening on here. There's I believe there's skiff bearings in here. Sorry, whoops. I believe there's skiff bearings in here. It's really, really smooth, and you know, just a really nice knife all the way around. This is 10V steel. I don't know if I said that already. I may have, but very cool knife from a little-known maker. These are like $450 to $550 retail, I think. I don't know the exact price because it's hard to find. It's not like a production knife where the price is readily available. I'm going to list this at $325. So that's what I'm going to list it at. Next up, we have one of my favorite knives of all time, but I'm getting rid of it because I just need to make room for stuff. The Berg Blades Iron Wolf. This was the very first knife I believe I reviewed. This or maybe it was a Super Freak, and this was the second. You know, I definitely you know, have grown in reviewing since then. So, but I will say this: this has definitely been carried. You can see the snail trails and stuff like this. It's a well-loved knife, but it is in excellent condition other than a couple of snail trails. And this is a knife that is fairly sought after. You know, this is the same maker as like the Iron Pup and the Golem and the Slim and everything. These were made by We, I believe, as this is one of the drop shuttiest knives I've had from We. It just absolutely drops shut like nobody's business, and it really, the detent on this is excellent. You can hear that thwack, right? It's just boom, right? Great knife. They go really from about, I usually see them anywhere from $300 to $400 on the secondary market. I've seen them higher a little bit sometimes, but they're not available anywhere because they're not making them anymore. So I'm going to list this one at, let me see on my list here what I got. I'm going to list this one at 300. So I'll be on the low end of that. Next up, we have a cold steel. We have the Cold Steel Silver Eye. This is sort of one of their high-end folders. This is S35VN. It is carbon fiber, and it has this. It is a back lock. I think it's triad lock. I can look that up. I believe it is the triad lock, and it's got this really cool finger opening mechanism, I guess, to get around Spyderco's opening hole trademark. But it's an interesting knife. It's more expensive than I would expect new, but I'm also giving you guys a discount on this to get it. So these are $230 retail. I'm going to be putting this one at $165. So you know, you guys, it'll give you a chance to see what a high-end cold steel is like. Higher end. There are higher end cold steels in this. Next up, we have the Buck Onset. So this is Buck's new folder for the year. It's S45VN. This is a stainless steel backside or lock side, and the clip actually works really well. The knife overall is very good. The only thing I would say is it's a little bit thick behind the edge, but it is a very good knife overall. I would have liked to see titanium instead of the stainless steel, you know, at the price range that it's at, but I'm not charging you that price range. You know, a lot of people, I skipped over it originally because it's $187 new, but I'm going to be listing it here for $125, and this is in excellent shape, so you should be able to get a deal on this if you're interested in trying this knife out or owning this knife. Then this is your chance to get it at a price that isn't you know, too high. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one, which is the TRM Nerd. So this is a tiny knife. This has CF scales. The original scales on this are Jade G10, and I have those scales if you guys want them, or I shouldn't say if you guys want them. I will be pairing those with this knife. All the TRM knives are super popular, super in demand. I expect this will sell out fairly quickly. You know, this may be one of the first knives claimed. You can Spidey flick this, but it is pretty small. You know, the only thing I will say is I think it's a little bit off center here, but it doesn't affect anything. It's not hugely off center or anything, and it's just very slight. But this is a very cool fifth pocket knife. Probably one of the better fifth pocket knives, but it's still a little small for me. So this is going to be, I think these are $189 new, 189, 190, something like that. But it doesn't come with the I think with the CF scales normally. So this is going to include the CF scales and the JG10 scales, and I'm going to list it at that same 190 that it would cost, because I honestly, well, you know what? It's Black Friday. I'm going to list it at 180. I know it's going to sell out quick anyway, but I'm going to drop it to 180 right here, right now. All right. Next up, we have the DLT exclusive Devil's Tooth from Finch Knives. This is in micarta, natural micarta, and this is 154 cm. This is a limited edition, so it's 29 of 75. There's only 75 of these in the world, so this is kind of cool to own. It's a really nice blade shape, really useful blade shape, and you know, Finch does a great job on their knives. So this is going to be, I think these were 130 new, and let's see, whoops, I gotta take something out. Those are 130 new. I'm going to list this for $90, $90. So again, email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Guys, I haven't forgotten about the giveaway. I'll get to the giveaway in just a little bit. Let me see. Tuya Knife Envy is the next one. Tuya Knife Envy 2. This is another one from last time's sale. I'm surprised this one didn't sell. These are really good knives. They are really, really good. I mean, they are drop shot. One of the best values for the money out there that you can get. These are like what are these? $230 retail. I'm going to be listing this. I think I had it 200 last time. I'm going to drop it down all the way down to 170, and hopefully you guys will grab it. It's got that compound grind on it, which is really nice. It's a hollow grind in the middle. Guys, don't sleep on this knife. This is an excellent knife. All right. Next up, we have 2 GiantMouse knives. One a production knife, which is the CF version of the Ace Grand, and one of their limited runs, limited run knives, which is the GM8. So the Ace Grand, the CF version, I think came out in a limited run. Even for production, it's a limited run. These were like $235 in the limited run. I'm going to be selling this for $200. I know I'm going to get a buyer on this right away, so I'm not worried about that. This is an LMAX, and this is CF, like I said. Really good knife, really nice and stout. I had the micarta one last time. I recorded a review and ended up selling it, and then the review got erased. So I decided to go ahead and grab this one so I could do another review of it. This one is one of their limited runs, and it is an excellent. I love the blade shape on this, and the contouring on the handles. I mean, check out the contouring on the handles there. The milling, is excellent. It feels great, and the handles are contoured this way as well, which just also feels great. The access to the lock bar is excellent here, and in the little window here to Spidey Flick is also excellent. It is tuned both for that and for flipping. It really is excellent. This is not a drop shot knife, by the way, just so you guys know, at least not mine. But other than that, it's a really, really nice knife all around. These went for $395, $400 new. I'm sure these are going to go up in price if they haven't already, based on all the other GM knives. I mean, some of the GiantMouse knives, these limited runs, are going, I think the GiantMouse 5, which is what the Ace Grand is based off of, is going like $700-800. I don't think these are to that level yet, but they may get there someday, especially once they release a production version of this. In any event, this is going to be, like I said, $395 is a retail. I'm going to list this at $350, and these are limited. Next up, we have the final knife for sale for the evening, which is a Benchmade 710 KnifeWorks exclusive at M390. This is out of production. That is not a mark. That is just schmutz on the blade. But this is in excellent shape here. The 710 is one of the best axis lock knives. It is the first axis lock knife that came out. And this version is the best non-gold class version of that knife. So this is hands down, an excellent knife. That's a classic and still a classic for Benchmade. These are probably going to go up in price as we get farther away from the production. They're not made anymore, like I said. And I do see them around 300-ish now. I'm going to list this one at 250. I'm pretty sure that someone who's a savvy buyer is going to snap that up. So anyway, I've got, that's the last of the actual knives for sale. Now how about the giveaway? Okay, this is a long video, I know, because I got a lot of knives for sale. The giveaway is going to work a lot like last time, where we're going to choose a knife. We're going to choose a knife to give away. Meaning you guys are going to, if you buy a knife, for each knife you buy, you get one entry. Doesn't matter the price of the knife. Each knife you buy, you get one entry. But you're going to get, I think I had Let me just make sure I'm not missing over here. Here we go. I've got 3 knives here, okay? You are going to choose one of them. So this is the Case Marilla. This is the really new popular flipper that won a bunch of awards at Blade Show. This is the titanium QSB Penguin, and this is a Hogue EX03. And this is the 4-inch version. So if you win, what I'll do is this. Every knife that sells gets an entry. I will take all the entries together, and then I will draw a name. If you win, you get to pick one of these 3 knives, okay, for yourself. Now, here's the kicker, okay? If all of the knives sell, all of the knives that I've shown you tonight, if all of them sell, I will give away all 3 of these knives. So, you know, that is a chance to win several $100s worth of knives. It's I believe this is about $400 worth of knives. You know, in as part of a giveaway. So, you know, excellent opportunity here. You know, so just if you're interested in any of these knives, they're priced well. You can get that Patreon discount. Last time I'll mention it. You know, and you also get an entry to win some awesome knives. So, thank you guys for watching. It has been a long video. I will let you go now. I'm going to upload this to Patreon. Like I said, I'm going to upload the list of these knives separately to YouTube just so everyone gets it ahead of time, and we will go from there. Thanks so much.